Today's video is going to be for people that wonder, what could you use to make content on YouTube? Equipment, editing, software, process. So let's kick it to a guy that knows what he's talking about when it comes to this, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome or welcome back. I'm your boy, the Dashing Trader, and today we're gonna talk about the stuff I use to get the job done when it comes to creating this content. Now, we're gonna go over a few items that I use, and before we get into that, I wanna say thank you to Mr.BetonYou for having me on again. Shout out to you. But let's go ahead and get right into this topic. It's been a lot of questions lately about, how do you create the content and what items do you use, and do I need a big old fancy camera, and do I need a whole bunch of equipment? And the answer is no. As you can see right here, we in the FDA office. We in the Dashing Trader office, and I keep it simple. But look, I wanna go over a few of the things I use, and maybe you can begin to get some content made for yourself out there if that's what you desire. And hopefully this video reaches the right person. We show you how easy it is to make this content. Let's go. Alrighty, so we're gonna go over the items that I use to get the job done when it comes to uploading these videos and creating content. So first up, we got the GoPro. This right here is the GoPro Hero 8. This is what I primarily use to record all my videos with, guys. Now, I love the GoPro because it's portable, it's lightweight. You can set it up as a dash cam, or you can dock it in multiple different ways. Very easy, very portable, love it. Next, we got the smartphone. I also like using the smartphones because you can just whip them out at any time, hit record, start recording, get some content. Very easy, everybody's used to using it. Next, we got the microphones. I like using the Rode brand products. Now, what we have right here is the Rode Wireless Go 2. My favorite microphone by far. This microphone right here is a wireless transmitter receiver setup. I have the receiver set up right here on the phone that I'm recording with, and I'm using the transmitter right now to transmit my audio seamlessly with my video. And the last but not least item I used is a light. I love to have good lighting, especially when I'm in certain conditions where you might not be able to see everything and you want to get all the detail in your shot. So if I can I don't even know how to pronounce that, but Vijimi. Yolanzi International Group. This is a box light. So this light right here gives me lots of light when I'm trying to get the job done and record those videos. Because as you can see, this table is kind of dim right now, but then if I put that light on there, it really illuminates everything and puts everything into focus and into perspective. And what we have right there is that Rode microphone I was telling you about. That's the transmitter, and this is the receiver part of it right here. And these three items are what I primarily use to get the job done. And like I said, I can switch between the GoPro, or I can use a smartphone. I can record with the microphone or out the microphone, and sometimes you can record with light or without light. But for me, it's more like a lights, camera, action. That's the kind of thing I like to keep in front and center of my mind at all times when I'm thinking about creating content. Yes, sir. So what we have right here, guys, is DaVinci Resolve. This is my editing software. This is what I use to get the job done. I typically go through my files, go through whatever day that I recorded some footage and uploaded something, saved it to the computer, and I usually have it together. And I can grab some footage, throw it on the timeline there. So now that we've went over a few of the key items that I use to record the content and gather the content, we went over the microphone, we went over the smartphone or the GoPro option if you decide to, go with a recording device and not use your phone. But I typically like to tell, hey, you can start out with a smartphone and work your way up to your next recording device. And then, lighting isn't the most important thing, but I find it does add value to your content. So we talked about camera, we talked about mic, and we talked about audio. Now let's talk about what we use to actually put it all together. Now, you are able to actually edit videos on your smartphone these days. Lots of different editing software exists out there, editing apps. A lot of phones have built-in editing software. You really can't go wrong when it comes to creating the content and which route you choose to go. But I like to go with the laptop route because I like to use the editing software called DaVinci Resolve. Very easy, very intuitive, very user-friendly, and you can begin to learn editing with DaVinci Resolve, and you can work your way up to the level that you want to be because they give you everything. Alrighty, so a couple final thoughts for this video. First and foremost, it is very easy to create content. All you need is a smartphone. If you need some direction on content creation, I would suggest you look up vidIQ and TubeBuddy. Those are two great places you can start off from to get a lot of info on content creation. And we also talked about microphones. Audio is probably one of the most important things you can pay attention to when just starting out in content creation. So if you have to invest in anything, I would say first, use your smartphone, use what you got. And then next, I would say invest in some audio. And then lastly, we went over this box light right here. Now, I am using the light that comes built in on my smartphone right now, but I don't recommend doing that. And the reason why is because you can encounter overheating issues on your device. And if you're gonna be recording with your device, you don't wanna have to worry about running a flashlight also, because that's just extra battery drain. And like I said, you're gonna have a higher chance of your phone overheating when you're in sunny or bright conditions. I've experienced this myself. That's why I invest in secondary recording devices, but that shouldn't deter you from being a content creator. Look at this. We got the box light right there. We got the microphone, we got the smartphone, and then you also can have a backup device, and you can use a GoPro or you can use a DJI camera, anything you want really. But the point is, get out there, create that content, and have fun when you're out there doing it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to you, Mr. Bet on You. Thanks for having me on, and I'll catch y'all.
So if you're somebody that's interested in making content, or if you make content but you want to level up the kind of content you make with equipment and software and things like that, go hit up Dash and Trader on his channel. Send him a comment in here. I'm sure he might see it, and link up with him and get some more knowledge and expand on it. We will have another video talking about more of the processes as we continue to try to give you guys unique little videos on the Mr. Bet on You channel with other collaborative people, and give you guys something to think about, give you guys something to level up your game with and whatever it is. And we got more content like this coming. See you guys next week.